All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, Born on 11970. And considering some of the interesting videos that have happened recently, I want to do a more positive one that I am used to these days to let people know that, sometimes you just have to go through different stages of life to continue to grow. And there's nothing wrong with learning from even bad things, because sometimes you can learn more from your worst enemy than you can your best friend, if you pay attention. So, in my last video, near the end, I started talking a little bit more philosophical in the stuff that I truly believe in and truly know about myself, actually is the better word. It's hard to get out of the habit of using the word believe, especially when there's the word lie right in the middle of it. But I wanted to explain to everybody how powerful you are. And one of the things I was talking about in that other video, and sometimes people may not just watch videos that are too long, is that you have such power that you can actually shut off your power by simply not believing in it. And one of the biggest things that I really truly know at this point, if you take part of that whole laws of attraction, which is just a small slither of it. Unfortunately, they use that to basically make people be greedy and only think of it like, you just wish for a car and all of a sudden the car appears. It doesn't work in that way. But I'm talking about the fact of magnetic attraction. Now, the law of attraction makes you think you just think of something. In other words, use your brain and something will appear. Well, you're attracted to not the things. Well, things don't attract themselves to you that you don't think about. It's what you feel. That's why a lot of times what you think and what you feel are two different things. I mean, how many times people get on their hands and knees and pray for something and end up with the exact opposite, because it's not what they really feel they want or even feel they deserve. So your head and your heart are constantly always at battle. So don't listen to what the brain says, because the brain can be tricked. The brain can believe in truth or not believe in lies. The heart is truth. That's why they always say follow your heart. So you will always attract to you not what you think, not what you believe, not what you don't believe, but what you truly feel, even if it contradicts what you think you may or may not want. Because the universe is all about balance in the sense of it has no emotion. It's like a robot. A robot, if you program a robot to kill a bunch of animals, it doesn't feel sympathy or empathy. It doesn't feel bad. It just does what it's programmed to do. We're different than that. Or at least we could be if we choose to. But if you, what I like to call, understand how the universe works for you, is that you are so powerful that you will manifest anything that you truly feel in your heart. Whether that is good or bad really depends on how honest you are and how much you listen to your heart, or ignore it and base everything solely on your belief system, which is, again, can easily be manipulated by outside sources. Then that comes from your brain. The brain that's supposed to be about reason and common sense, and then you could make videos showing people that are posting inappropriate child molestation, quote-unquote, jokes, and there will be plenty of people who would justify it. So one of the things I said about the whole attraction thing is, think of a magnet. A magnet doesn't sit there questioning why or how it attracts things to itself. It doesn't have to believe or not believe that it can attract things to itself. It just attracts things to itself. So even if a magnet had consciousness and had the ability to have a brain that could create logic, reason, or even doubt or disbelief, even if a magnet chose to not believe in its own magnetic power, does not mean all of a sudden that ceases to exist. And one of the things I even talk about on my comic book channel is telling people to change their mindset. If you say to yourself you won't get something, well, then life will give you your justification and confirm your very belief, even if it's something you didn't want. Because especially if you say in your life, oh, I'll never get that, and I'll never succeed, and I'll never be pretty, or I'll never be in shape, or I'll never get that job, or I'll never meet that dream person in my life. Well, what a shocker you don't have it, because you are so powerful that you get confirmation of the things that you, in your heart, know to be true because you keep reinforcing those. You're creating the lie in your belief or your disbelief. This is one of the things I tell people. They are so powerful that you can actually deny yourself your power by simply suggesting that it doesn't exist. And then all of a sudden, if you change that mindset, people automatically assume, what a coincidence. All of a sudden I changed my mindset and now things are starting to appear. What a coincidence. If that's what you want to believe, then that's what it will be. It will go as far as you are willing to trust your heart and stop trusting your head. Because in this world, there are not a lot of logical people anymore. They are fewer and farther between. But that should not stop you from your course of your life. And somebody actually made a statement, and I actually thought about this for the first time when it came to my trolls and negativity. I've dealt with that since I started my channel back in 2010. And with anything, when you don't know about something, you have to learn from it. And with learning comes mistakes, and you're going to do things wrong. But now I realize, because somebody was talking about in my last video how I'm giving my energy away. And I totally am not doing that, and even if I did, I can take it back. But one of the things I realized that I am doing, when it comes to their negativity, I'm absorbing their energy and turning it into something good. So I'm feeding off of their energy. So they think they're in control by sending their hatred. I'm absorbing and consuming all of that negative energy and turning it into something positive. So let them continuously feed me free energy. Because you notice, if you listen to the last video I did, I started out with more passion, more intensity, telling people it's like venting. There's a reason why there's a little tiny hole in the cap of your tea kettle, because if there was no hole for that steam to vent, the pot would explode. Just like most people explode when they're angry all the time, it's because they keep things internally, because they believe everybody says that's what you're supposed to do. Real men don't cry and big girls don't cry. Well, that's kind of silly, especially when you know that crying releases toxins from your body. And instead of releasing it, you're absorbing it into your body, and you're wondering why one day you explode and want to kill somebody over a parking spot, or somebody's belief in a different brand of comic book company. So, you are a human magnet. You are made of energy. You attract things through magnetism. The magnetism does not come from brain waves. It comes from your heart waves. Your brain and your heart are constantly at battle with each other. And we have been programmed to believe, remember the word lie in the word believe, that your head does everything. It does all the thinking, does all the reasoning. Trust your thoughts. No. Trust your feelings. Trust your emotions. Trust your heart. Because you could be married to somebody and say every day you love them, but if you don't feel it, then it doesn't matter what you say. So if you want to believe this stuff is crazy, well, you're going to get confirmation. That's how powerful you are. You will get confirmation to verify your truth of you believing that this is crazy. That's how powerful you are. You're a light switch. But remember, a light switch works both ways. So use it to your advantage, but use it for good. So that's why I can be bombarded with negativity, especially from my other channel. Like that video I did about the Dan Harmon video, it currently has about 120 thumbs down. I could have easily shut off the thumbs down so people can see it. I show it as a badge of honor. Let them keep coming. Let them reveal themselves for who they are. Because for every bad person that shoots their negative energy towards me, it reminds me of a reflection that I don't ever want to see in the mirror. So when you have negativity come your way, think of it as a mirror of a reflection. Do you want that in your life? And if you don't, then be very glad it was shown to you, because at least you have it as the ability to use to compare to something. So I can look in the mirror and say, you know what? Thank God for the negativity and those hurtful, abusive, and nasty and mean people, because they remind me of how lucky I am to choose not to be that way. So you see how I can take their energy and use it for my own positive gain. And yet they think they're harming me. because maybe for a few seconds I might have been stressed out or aggravated or anything like that. We are humans. We have emotions. You're going to have, not every day, a good emotion. Sometimes they're bad. But like I said, if you vent, you get them out. If you hold them in, you explode. That is your choice. You choose to do almost everything in your life, and you attract even the most negative, hurtful things because maybe you need to learn a lesson from them. And once you learn the lesson, it doesn't necessarily mean they go away. It just means it doesn't bother you or concern you the same way it once did. Because trust me, you'll be tested to see if you're full of you-know-what or not. Because anybody can say, oh, I'm confident. Anybody can say, oh, I'm strong. Anybody can say, oh, I'm over this obsession or this, compulsive disorder or whatever. But prove it. If you're a person that says you've quit drinking, if you don't surround yourself with alcohol, you can easily say, oh, well, I don't drink. But can you be in a bar and still choose not to drink? Not surrounding yourself with it is just hiding. Then you're not being true to yourself. But if you are able to surround yourself with all the alcohol in the world and still choose not to drink a drop, then you have truly beaten it. If you hide from it, what did you beat? So, I don't want to make this video long because one of the things I learned is if I make videos too long, some people just will not pay attention. And this is a very important video to me. So to all of the negativity, especially on my other channel, and I know I get a few of them here because you can see I'll get some thumbs down on this. For those who are the negative ones thinking they're hurting me, thank you so much for showing me what I don't want to be. Thank you so much for giving me free energy that I can utilize to help others and energize myself through the ability to vent out my negativity. Thank you so much for showing me the opposite of what I choose, so I don't have to ever be as angry as you. So thank the people that try and hurt you. Thank the people who make fun of you. Thank the people who don't understand you. They are saying, hey, this is what you could be. I want to give you a sneak preview. Do you want it? You have the choice to say no. So to all the mean people, the evil people, the wrong people, the ones that do the wrong things all the time for personal gain, pleasure, or amusement, or whatever, have fun with it, because it's not for me. Present it all you want. It's my choice to accept it or not. And I'm so glad I finally learned from that. And that's why I can have a video on my We Love Comics channel, have over 120 thumbs down, and not care. Not hide it. I'm proudly displaying it. Anybody want to go over there and add to it and thumb it down? Please do. It just shows their obsession that I won't even remember their names. And they'll keep obsessing over me. So who has control of the energy? I do. Just like you can have control of any energy you want. Like they say, when the world hands you lemons, you could make lemonade. Or you could sit there and cry about it. It's your choice. So why not make lemonade? Why not make something good out of it? Thank them for their lemon that they handed that they didn't want, because they weren't smart enough to utilize it in a proper way, and they just gave away something that they could have used for free. How awesome is that? You choose to react and to believe and feel anything in your life you want. And no matter what you truly believe, it's what you feel that matters. And you will attract the very thing that you don't want because you don't listen to your own heart. But that doesn't mean you can't change it. Because sometimes to fix a problem, you have to know you have a problem. And if I can help you with that, then aren't you glad I got all that negativity? And aren't you glad those bad situations happened that actually got me so intense that I had to be very passionate about it to attract a whole bunch of new people that are free energy givers towards me? Do you think I see it as bad? And that's what frustrates them even more. So the happier I'm getting, the more frustrated they are getting. Who do you think's going to have a better life out of that? Who do you think's going to have a healthier life out of that? That's for you to decide. So if anything, thank you very much for listening, and take life the way you want. But remember, you're a magnet. Whether you believe in it or not, whether you know it or not, you are an attractor. So you might as well pull in things that you really want and repel anything you don't. But sometimes you have to see what you don't want before you realize you don't want it. Because remember, you need real eyes to realize. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful day.